broadcasted him rather, because I was on the desk. But you know, they were in Vegas, and then now it's just bizarre to me. It's very bizarre.
It was almost the start. It was the start of Shazam's sort of comeback story, or to some extent redemption as well. So it's kind of sad that his story ends in that he just gets removed from the team, in that sense. So I think the pistol round has begun. So let us get underway here with this with the pistol. Optic versus Echo Fox. Map 1 is Inferno, and we shall see who will get the better economy to kick things off. It would be very cool to see Echo Fox start off with a good economy, just to see how they play it, the kinds of decisions that they make, and if they can find stability on that CT side, because that's very telling of a newer team if they're able to have a solid Inferno. And already they're losing one player, and boom, there it is. Sean Gares will go down as well. The push comes in through quad onto the A site, and already Optic are all over that. It's looking really difficult on the retake here. It's just going to come down to phenomenal headshots here from Echo Fox to bring this one back. And you don't like their chances right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, 5 versus 3, and there's basically no damage taken from the Optic side so far. I mean, again, these things can turn around very quickly in the blink of an eye, really, because all that's required is headshots. Speaking of which, there are 2 more headshots for the Optic side, so that is a wrap. Not a single player lost on the Optic side. And hopefully we'll get some game sound shortly.
There is game sound, but it's just very low, I think.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take your word
for it.
Yeah,
I can hear game sound.
Well, it's a good start. It's a good start from Optic.
For us, at least.
Yeah. Good start from Optic.
Yeah, so they'll get to dictate the pace. And we'll get the force buy coming in from Echo Fox somewhat standard, although I do like to see when teams play it much more economically on the CT side of this map, just so you can have all the nades out on your first buy round, because life gets very difficult against the T side that really knows how to exploit a low economy CT side when you move into that 4th round. So we shall see. We shall see. Perhaps they can get some economic damage in here onto the Optic side as they move to see what control of the map they can take so far. So just a bit of pressure in towards middle at the moment. We'll see some nades coming in. And here you go. Optic now making the move. Using those nades, using those smokes to good effect right now, but some CTs will run through the smoke, pick up 1 frag, but that's not really going to be enough. They really need to get some more damage in here to make this force buy somewhat worth it. And it looks as though they will be able to do just that. And Roka's even going to pick up that Galil as well, seeing if he can get some extra damage on here. He will notice Rix goes down towards Arch side. So now the paranoia is there for Roka. Where are these T players going with the bomb? And where are they lurking as well? There are 3 of them. And he knows in this position, it's very possible for him to get a couple kills. And there's one, but he will get caught off guard by the shotgun of Naf. And that's going to be 2 players surviving for Optic. So decent damage done from the force buy investment of Echo Fox. And you can see Mo is saving for that AWP. That's going to be crucial.
Indeed. So this should be quite a solid eco from Echo Fox, as per usual in this situation. Roka's got the solitary flash and a 5-7. Let's see where he set it over towards B. So there's only, oh, actually, no, there are 3 of them there. So I do wonder how he's going to use the flash. There are a few different ways. If he goes sandbags, he can do a pop flash, but the more effective one is to flash a teammate. Oh, he's going to do off the barrels. I mean, he can do off the barrels. He can flash into pool as well, which means his teammates can face Banana while the flash goes off. Or, you know, sometimes you'll see a close flash and then people will peek the corner. But for now, they're just going to play pretty deep on the site, in fact, while we have 2 Echo Fox members over towards A, just moving around. It seems Optic are going to bum rush the site. Got Daps moving in first with the Mac-10. And Sean Gares is going to go down. Roka still hasn't used a flashbang yet, actually. But he's got himself a frag, as has Rix. And that flash is never used. So they've got 2 frags so far, and you can see one of the A2Z. He's only got a USP, so might be hard pressed to get another frag here. But I do wonder what the play was with the flash for Roka, especially because Roka was the one who had the 5-7, and ideally, I suppose you want to flash somebody into Banana who has a 5-7, but they never used it at all. He just went to new box instead, so I don't know if they planned to do one thing and chose to stay on the site and play Crossfire instead. I can only imagine they were going to go aggressive Banana and then chose to Crossfire the site itself.
Ooh, A2Z, he might be able to pick something up here. No, he gets denied. I was feeling the love there with the shotgun for a moment, but the dream was not to be. This is it. This is where things get quite interesting, though. We have Mo picking up the AWP, and the rest of his teammates won't be able to afford the M4s with all the nades. We will see some nades, but really, they're lacking flashbangs. There's no nades on Mo. There's no incendiaries, so you can really see the situation they put themselves in with the force buy. They did get 3 kills, so it's going to be up to them to capitalize on the damage they did by winning this round, and it's going to be definitely quite tough. Mo can't get anything done to begin with as well, so that'll make things even a little bit harder. Oh, Mo, he's going to take down Daps there. That's a very nice reaction there. Daps is playing with the angle, trying to shoulder it, trying to get Mo to miss a shot so maybe Daps can push in, but Daps, who was the expendable player with the Mag-10, is now out of the picture, and it's going to be a one-man advantage for Echo Fox.
Okay, all the players moving up top mid now. So no trades for the T side, and no damage for the T side either. So again, we've got Mo over towards Arch, looking to play close sight. Some people do opt to play it from library. I don't know why he just had his back to Arch there with no cover. I don't know if there was a smoke down, but he's going to get taken down for free. And that's going to leave an easy wrap for Optic onto the A site now. So complete swarm. Sean Gears has to stay alive here. Though it doesn't seem like his teammates are necessarily committed. Roka is going for a very late rotation in from the B bomb site, coming in now, and Sean is still alive. He's done great work here, putting his team in a man advantage now. And Mixwell is in a really awkward situation, as is Rush. This is really hard for the C's. They need to perhaps get aggressive and try and make things a bit easier for them. Trying to get a bit of a crossfire going on. Rush is going to take down Sean Gears and take down Roka as well. And they'll manage to hold on here. Mixwell and co will survive. That looks pretty bad for them. 4-0.
Yeah, that kind of sucks, especially considering the early advantage that they got. The only issue that they had is that they had no information there. And you can see right now Optic will pick up a couple Mag-10s, realizing the damage that they did to the opponent means that they can't have a buy really at this point in time. And indeed, there's no Kevlar even, as Echo Fox are forced to save. So these Mag-10s are going to be invaluable in taking risks more safely, as you're not going to be losing as much from that investment. Find out where the stack could possibly be, if there is one. And indeed, towards B, there is a lot of players here. Naf is there with the Mag-10, the second one for Dax to follow up to see if he can get something done out of this. But he is being stopped by the nades of Echo Fox so far. They're doing a good job in just holding the tide, terrorist players so far. Do you really want to see Naf get in there? Or at least I want to see Naf get in there to just get that info. But actually, at this point now, Echo Fox themselves are starting to doubt that there is much presence towards Banana, and indeed that is now turning out to be the case, as Optic have given up the ghost in that kind of the idea to just bum rush the B site and are taking it a little bit slower. But this actually might work out lovely for Optic due to the fact that Echo Fox have rotated away, and now Optic are refocusing back on that B bomb site.
Yeah, only pistols on the CT side. So Roka's going to need to get some headshots here. That Molotov, I believe, is for New Box, actually. Indeed, it is. So one player will be forced from his position. There's one dig for Roka, looking for a second one, but he's going to back off now. Only 4 HP, but his teammates are coming in for the flank. And then Mixwell's going to get taken down with a nade in his hand, almost. So only Naf is remaining now, and he's going to get wiped out. So that was a very quick cleanup from Echo Fox. Went from 1 to 100 very quickly indeed.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy that Echo Fox were able to win that round. They had nothing. They had no Kevlar. They had nothing. They just had some CZs, some 5.7s, and a couple nades to hold off the Ts. So Optic there, really struggling, and at least they have some bank to get a buy in here, and it could work out really, really well for them if they're able to win this round. Obviously, then they reset Echo Fox, and Echo Fox are pretty screwed once again. But here you go. We've got that quick nade into middle. That's a great nade. That's a lot of damage there, actually. A lot of damage done early in this round to Optic players. So they're going to be feeling the hurt. Roka tossing in a quick incendiary. They're going to be running through it. The health on Optic is so low right now, and all they've really seen is some nade contact. This is getting a little bit scary right now. Roka is the only player here for Echo Fox. If Optic decide to barrel into this B bomb site, this 1 versus 5 for Roka could be the saving grace if Roka cannot deliver the frags. Here they come. First kill coming in with the M4. We do get a quick trade coming in though, as a Tech 9 will eliminate Roka, so not really getting enough damage done, but the damage previously sustained by Optic really gives a lot of hope to Echo Fox here. Although they probably don't know, they've done so much damage to their opponent. Here goes Rich now, leading the charge. Oh, he can't quite get it done. Gets tagged down to 30 points of health. His teammate Sean Gez will go down in the effort to retake this bomb site. And this struggle, it's like they're stuck in the mud at the moment, desperately trying to move through that construction area into the site, but it's just not happening. And Optic will defend. Another round which Echo Fox, I think, had a great chance to win, but they couldn't get the right players in the positions they needed to really make it happen.
That is not a good reset for the CT side. It's best of 3 though, but again, it's not over yet either. So Mo has the AWP, and they are going to buy up the CTs, so let's see. They can still claw out a reasonable score from this half, despite the start of it. I think Mo might have had a reasonable spawn there to look down mid, but his bunny hopping has not worked out for him. So he's going for the... Okay. Well, often people will do a flash over the roof there, then go for a peek towards the left side of mid, perhaps, which is quite dangerous for Tees, because even if you crouch behind the structure there, your head is completely exposed. But there's a fight going on in Banana here, and it's going to be won by Echo Fox, who, or perhaps we're going to back off, but Rocker's going to get his head popped by the new boy Mixwell. And let's see, it seems that Echo Fox wants to rotate a third player over towards the A site. Moving towards Speedway is Sean Gears. It's actually a nice position to pop flash into pool from, because otherwise you have to kind of bounce it off a wall or something. Anyway, the T's are moving over towards short now. HTZ is going to get Molly out of position, but there's no push from Optic. And in fact, he might go for a bit of a dirty flank here. He's moving up short semi-aggressively, and he could take down 2. Oh, I think he might have just seen his shoulder here. There's somebody to look out for from Boiler, and Nafly, not expecting him to be up in such a brazen position, is going to get taken down. And that's going to cause Optic to go back towards A.
Yeah, Optic really struggling to make a call in these situations, trying to get some work done to try to open up a part of the map, getting denied repeatedly. Echo Fox have lost Roker, and they've used a lot of nades, but there's only 25 seconds left right now. No more smokes, just flashbangs, and there's 2 players in the site. 2 to a site. Echo Fox are playing this safe, but can they actually hit the shots here? Sean Gez is going to land his shots onto Rush. Falls back. Rix. Oh, he's going to get an easy frag there. The spray comes in from both Sean Gez and Rix to finish off the third player. And that was a very easy setup there on the crossfire. You know, free frag for Rix by the second oranges. And that's one of those spots as well where I felt like Optic just didn't presume that there could be 2 players on the site. And when and that late in the round, when the CTs have no info, the most common reaction is playing 2 to a site. So the wrong gambles on the positions to check, unfortunately, for the Optic side as they moved in. And now they get potentially around to redeem themselves. They do have some stuff to work with. They got 3 AKs, and a Tech 9. So there's a lot to be said. I mean, it doesn't look great, but there's a lot to be said for the mobility a Tech 9 can be, or can give you rather, as the first man when you're trying to take some areas. And right now we have Sean Gez quite forward on Arch. Not yet forced back by the nades of Optic. Here we go, we'll get some T-nades in there now to perhaps force back Sean Gez a little bit. Or you could try to throw a flash and try to go through the smoke, but ATZ left alone there, able to pick up 1 frag. The fire will deal with Stan. And now things looking quite grim here for Optic. They need to get in this side, they need these entries. In goes Naf through the smoke here, he needs to get the kill on the moment, he will. But there's still players lurking all over the place here. Sean Gez with 2, leaving just Nafly in a 1 versus 2 situation. Picks up the AWP with 52 seconds left. He's got some time, but he needs to get the bomb. And oh, that could have been the chance. That could have been the chance. Did he even see?
Oh, he must have. He must have
seen him. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's sometimes hard to just react to what you're seeing. It's really weird, actually.
We have the X-ray, so we do get a lot more.
I want to nerd that. I want to nerd, but it's not the time right now. The question is, can Nafly finish off this 1 versus 2? He knows where Rix has gone, so he's waiting for the peak to come in. But the CTs don't need to peek. It appears that they are waiting for a plant to come in, and that Molotov is going to try and stop the trade kill. But again, he's just waiting, but his hand is going to be forced by these CTs. So be patient enough to let him plant the bomb, and there we go. He's got the walls of play as well, and Nafly has made it. I mean, Echo Fox, you can't really say they played it wrong. They waited for the plant to come in, and they waited for it to actually go down in case it was a fake. But still, the clutch came in. Very nice play. I mean, most position in the pit there was difficult for him because he's quite likely to get traded in that situation. I mean, he can try and hide behind the pillar, but nothing worked out. He missed his first shot when they came out of the apps. He was, I mean, he started at round off playing over towards Arch. Then he moved towards, like, in front of Graveyard, looking at apps, while the CTs had a player pushed up on shorts. And then ended up in a pit, close range of AWP, not really what you want there. Echo Fox will eke out another buy, however, with triple FAMAS. Reasonable amount of nades. They've got 3 smokes left in the bag with 1:30 on the clock. Not terrible. And even the buy for Optic's not great. You've got the onto Stanislaw. That's on a Tech 9 once again. And so on and so forth. Quite a lot less utility on the T side, actually.
And Sean Gares, ever the nuisance. So far in this matchup, he's been doing some good work. Been pretty consistent making these frags happen. And right now, it's just going to be the passive play from the CTs. Once they picked up that advantage, I like this from them. You know, you get that, you get the early advantage. You decide to just fall back, play passively, because you can give up the information game a little bit due to having the natural advantage of that extra man against the Ts. Now here goes Mixwell. Oh, you get the pick there onto Mo. Very nicely done. Mo very exposed there in that angle. And that's going to be an easy one. 4 versus 4 now, so that man advantage is gone. But Sean Gares by Graveyard, can he get it done? Great flash from his teammates, but I believe that's going to flash Sean Gares a little bit too much. He re-peeks there, and they are going to smack him down. And as he tumbles down the stairs, they'll pick up the kill onto A2Z, and Mixwell up in the library is causing trouble as well. So now it is all over for Echo Fox in this round. Really, really big win. And again, it definitely goes back to that clutch round by Optic, by Nafly with the AWP there. And I agree. I don't think that Echo Fox played that wrong at all. The only thing that you could say there is essentially Naf kind of made one of the winning plays by just getting the spot with that pixel angle and seeing the play go into apps. Because once he knew that there was one of the 2 players was in apps, he has the idea exactly where the first player is going to peek him from, and that information is huge. That means he can then take that duel. He's not at a disadvantage. He's actually at an advantage because he knows where the player's coming from. The other one doesn't know where he's coming from. And he knows the other guys around the other side towards the library. So then it becomes easy. Just with that tiny bit of info. And I don't think the CT actually saw him when he passed that pixel angle. So there's no way for him to know that he is for sure known in that position. So Nafly definitely with that clutch spurring things on for Optic as they take the following round. And now look to capitalize even further by potentially crushing Echo Fox on an eco. But we saw this previously from Echo Fox. This is when they got their second round, I believe. Was from, or maybe it was their first round. It was from crushing Optic as they try to move up Banana using those nades.
Chunks of death there.
I don't see any chunks.
Well, I see chunks missing from Roko's life bar, but he is the one getting the headshots here. Doesn't manage to get another frag. He's got 2 plays in for support. But they don't want to overcommit here, it seems, the CTs, although the pop flash, you saw Mo go for a bit of a peek there. Is he going to go back for another one? It seems he might do, and Mixwell's going to miss the shot. Which way? He's got to be careful not to get traded here. He knows that's what they're trying to do. Backing off now. He's still got 2 plays in for support. Rix gets taken down to just a few hit points of life, and Mo is forced from his position. So not bad here at the moment from Optic. They've managed to survive the test over towards Banana. And the remaining Echo Fox plays have chosen to stack the A site now. Everything going quite towards B, but what is the play? It's hard to make information plays here for Optic with only 3 plays left, Mixwell with half HP. Nafly just holding an angle in case there's a push to try and help his teammate out, but got to be paranoid about flashbangs as well. So again, with 3 people, it's going to be difficult to creep. You can see Nafly, he's flashing high towards CT so he can face sight, and anybody facing him would be flashed while he goes for the push. So they will clear things out. Now the question is, Echo Fox, well, what is Rix going to do? He's got a FAMAS, but no armor. So you have to wonder if he'll try and save that. The rest of the team don't really have anything to save. And indeed, Rix will be trying to hold on to his rifle, while Echo Fox perhaps they'll show a bit of presence and then just try to, I don't know, if they stay alive, then I'd say it helps.
Well, Sean managed to
Rick
actually
survive.
managed to actually find himself a pickup on an M4, so they're going to end up saving 2 rifles here, which is pretty nice. And I think with the loss bonus as well, they'll have enough to buy in the next round. But the problem for Echo Fox has often just been the lack of grenades, because they've always been on the back foot economically, and they kind of put themselves in that position initially by force buying. Now, there's two arguments here. There's the argument that, you know, if you're a team that has great setups to kind of guarantee 3 or more frags, maybe even better than that. If you have good aggressive setups on Inferno, CT side, all this kind of stuff, then that can kind of lean you towards creating an argument to get that force buy, so you have no nades to play with on that 4th round after losing the pistol. And we saw that Mo did save for the AWP, but it wasn't really the case for Echo Fox that they've been too phenomenal in these rounds where they haven't had nades. And even this round here, you'll see 3 incendiaries, but they're lacking flashes, and one flash can win you around. The flashes can be so important, especially on Inferno, where teams like to play it slow if they detect that you're on low economy, so that they burn all your nades. But here we'll actually see that Optic are going for a fast push up middle, so there's no slow play about this. They're going to make their presence known pretty soon. And with 3 players towards the apps here for Echo Fox, they are completely circumventing the defense of the CTs. This is pretty much worst case scenario, I'd say, for Echo Fox right now, as they're all stuck towards the apps here. The T's can freely walk into the bomb site, but so far it's going to come down to those nades, and it's going to come down to Sean Gares once again delivering multiple kills here on the defensive effort here for Echo Fox. He's put his team into an advantage on the men, 2 versus 3 in favor of Echo Fox, but can they close around? Optic don't have great positions here, but if they're clutch, they can make it happen. Oh, no, it's not going to work out here for Stan. Almost getting that no-scope. It was very close. And it's looking like Roka and Rick's cleaning up there. But if, once again, not for Sean Gares, they wouldn't even have had an opportunity there. And it was a dangerous game, giving up arch side like that. But you know, the game is about gambles. And this time, individual skills saved them.
Yeah, this is a desperate CT half for the Echo Fox team. Very desperate indeed. So again, they can go for an 8-7, and that would be something here. But it's been hard for them to string rounds together, or if not impossible. Mo back on the AWP. He's only got 3 frags so far, so he really needs to have a lot more impact and get his team that early advantage, slow down the pushes from Optic. But again, it's going to be a passive start from him. He hasn't had the best spawns towards mid, in fairness. And look at that, Optic really quickly into the boost position before the smoke has even gone down. And Mixwell, is he going to find a player to tag? What a snap by him. That was very, very nice indeed. Rix gets taken down. That's going to force a retreat, because Roka's the only person ever towards the B bomb site now, so he can't be too risky here, because otherwise that's an open B bomb site. So again, Echo Fox off to an early disadvantage, and you can see Mo just holding an angle with the AWP for the time being. But it doesn't look like Echo Fox are in a position to really get a pick back before Optic start to push the sites.
Yeah, and they've gambled towards A as well with 3 players, leaving just 1 on A, so B rather. So that, you know, if Roka of all players, he's the best guy to be in this spot. If he's able to get like a crazy defense where he picks up 2 to 3 kills, then his teammates actually have a chance for a retake. But that said, they're actually abandoning the idea of stacking most people towards A and leaving Roka in the solo defensive effort and splitting up. And they're going to lose a player in that towards that play, and that's unfortunate. I did like the idea that, you know, Roka can maybe be put in a position where he makes a hero play. If he does, they can go for retake. If he doesn't, they can save their 3 rifles, because their economy sucks. Either way, Sean Gares will pop flash his way in. This round, he's not going to have that effect that he's had in previous ones. Now it's down to Roka, but he'll only get a single frag, and they just cannot be playing the trade game when there's already down by 2 players. So Optic will pick up the bomb plant. They're 3 versus 1. Mo is desperately trying to save his AWP, and another round here for Optic.
Yeah, so Echo Fox have won another one and lost another one. Doesn't bode well for them in the first map of this best of 3. A2Z, Mo and Rick's barely showing up at the moment, just getting overrun by Optic. So this is a pretty good spot actually to save the AWP, generally speaking, because you have 2 reasonable length channels where it's hard for the T's to strafe. I actually come to save here as well when I have an AWP. In general. Oh. Does he not hear the door open? That's crazy.
Don't know.
I heard a door open, Dan. So surely he
I can
did as
barely
well.
hear anything. To be honest. Either way, that is pretty gutting there. Because with an AWP, you know, if you're in the right place at the right time in a round with an AWP, because of the nature of the AWP, I mean, the reason why the AWP is so good is because against a good AWPer who knows positioning on the various maps, it's very hard to trade against an AWPer if he plays positions correctly and uses ranges and so on. It's very hard to trade there because he takes a shot and he kills you and then gets to reposition potentially, or just not even repeak, or he repeaks again, takes another shot. If you lose that 1v1 that he gets guaranteed, then you've lost another man. It's just so hard to trade against an AWPer that knows what he's doing, and that's the power of it. So we'll see, Echo Fox just ecoing up in this round and seeing, if they can get a healthy buy into the following round. But this has been a story of just terrible economy on their CT side. And that is basically the nightmare. That's the worst case on the CT side. Inferno is it becomes very T-sided actually. If your opponents on the T side can get a better economy and you can never get the grenades out, which is I don't think Echo Fox have once had like a full set of grenades. I don't think that's happened once.
Yeah, that's not good. And even towards the end there, Sean had basically the only flash when he flashed himself through the smoke. So this is actually an interesting situation. Optic have 2 top mid and 2 towards B. They just had Mo pick 1 player off. So where do they think they need to play here? Oh, Rick's could get 2. Oh, just about doesn't, but that's a massive problem now. Optic run out of players. Stanislaus choosing to challenge with 8 HP without teammates near him. So this is a bit of a disaster for Optic, but he managed to get the frag there, leaving the last 2 players to come in for the flank. I mean, if Stan goes down there, then they are in for a really bad time. Roka, last man standing. He's got the UMP, going to go for it. Can't take down Mixwell. Having a good performance so far on the T side here for Optic.
And it kind of, I don't know how to really say this properly, but Optic, some of the rounds where they have had or looked to maybe be having the biggest chance to lose, and then going into the mid rounds sort of situation, has been against ecos. that's where they've looked worse. Worse, is against those ecos, and that's where Echo Fox have looked closest to taking. So, oh, nice flick there from Mo.
That's what we needed.
But they do need to. Optic do need to sort that out. But regardless of that, there's still 10 rounds to 3. They could still get 2 more rounds here, and okay, Mixwell is going to get flicked into onto the bench there by Mo. Mo is looking to do even yet more damage with this rotation. This is nice when you see the move of the AWPer just moving around the map all over the place. It's always very nice to see.
Yeah, it's a classic move. Get a pick on one site and then rotate back to the other one to try and cause as much mayhem as possible. But now things are slowing down. Is there anybody looking towards shorts? Towards the apps here for the CT side. Now they're starting to pay attention because of that smoke, which has been a bit baity, maybe trying to pull a rotation. And it almost did. You saw Roka moving away from the B bomb site, but now starting to move back as there was no further action following that smoke. But it's caused Echo Fox to play super deep in the A bomb site. Although Sean is starting to move over towards B now. And that Molotov, he's going back and forth in library, but Optic seem committed here. Got a crossfire between Rix and Roka. Playing new box and construction. Nice pop flash coming in there. And Rix struggling with the first duel. They're going to leave Roka alone with the FAMAS there. He's not going to get any frags. So the bomb site's basically been taken by the T's here. The bomb should go down as well. And Molotov's going to stop Rix from pushing, but he might want to just try and hold construction while his team come in. That's a very aggressive position, but he's not got the angle on the fountain. So Echo Fox at 10-3, locked out of the site now. Down to 3 versus 3 though. And Ratchet's got some support in the way of nades of a teammate. A2Z coming in, A2Z going to get a frag onto Nafly. So, wow, looks like Echo Fox could go for the retake successfully, and indeed they will. I think Mo got tagged through Sean Gez there, but there we go. Echo Fox survive with the AWP as well. A2Z needs to upgrade his FAMAS though. So they're taking double ops into the last round of the first half.
Yeah, that was a kind of a messy round, I think, from both teams as far as the execution of the push goes, and kind of the execution of the retake. There did seem to be kind of a lack of coordination here and there, but for Echo Fox, at least they'll be able to pick up a round. And that's obviously going to be quite nice. It's one of the only rounds they've won in this first half, up to 4 rounds now. Definitely does not bode well. Everything will fall onto the pistol if they, especially if they can't claim this last one. Now, where will Optic be able to find their advantages here? They've obviously played already 14 rounds against the CT defense.
Oh, that's the money nade.
Very nice.
That's the money nade. See, that's the angle that Fox holds as well, but nobody ever throws that nade. Just double. That's an easy kill on Fox.
Especially if you know that they have an AWPer. And they know that Mo is AWPing. And there you go. Even Mixwell's just going to peek him straight up and just take him down. No, chip damage even required there, and Mixwell will get it done. So it's quite cool to see Mixwell on some of these shots. Of course, replacing Shazam. Obviously, Shazam was the AWPer for the team, so obviously Mixwell has taken that job from him, and he's even going to be picking up a second frag through smoke there. And that leaves 2 players here for Echo Fox, and their chances at this round are very low. Optic looking to go 11-4 in this first half, and sending Echo Fox into a poor start into this best of 3, and perhaps into the ECS North American League.
Yeah, the second map of this best of 3 is going to be Cobblestone. Well, upgrading, if you will, for the Max 7 there. And that's going to be 11-4. That's quite a shocking start to this best of 3 here for Echo Fox. And again, if the frags are just not coming in for the side. Mixwell top fragging for his new team, Optic. So a really good start by him. Again, Echo Fox not out of it just yet, but they'll obviously need to be much more effective on their T side than their CT side to take this map. But it doesn't look like it likely at the moment.
It's interesting too with Mixwell, having such a good showing here, because it's generally harder to be impactful with the AWP unless you're very good AWPer on this map, because it does depend on how the opponents play, but again, one of the reasons why on the CT side the AWP can be so good actually on this map is because a lot of teams kind of try to use, on the T side, they try to use as little players and utilities they can to take over areas before they hit a bomb site. So they can save all the utility for hitting the bomb site. So what that means is it means like a lot of kind of raw peaks. We just try to see, what's going on in this angle, what's going on in this position, to see if you can just push it for free. And that's where you get AWP kills. And that's why moving the AWP around is very powerful. But we're going to see the pistol round play out now. And Echo Fox, obviously, this is a must-win. I'm quite curious to see how Optic are going to handle this. Thankfully, they've not bought more than 1 kit, because that's good practice. We're going to see 3 players playing defensively on the B bomb site here from Optic. I wonder if that is a bit of a read. And this is really cool here from Echo Fox. I love this kind of a play. You send 2 players with Glocks together to cause havoc on a site, get information as well. And they've discovered that the A site is completely for free right now, and the Optic's gamble towards B is completely falling flat on its face. And now Optic need to get it done on the shots. Daps is lurking up there in the apartments. Can he pick up a frag here? The USP's, of course, great on range, but they're going to have to move to the close ranges where the Glocks are more than happy to make this retake work.
Yeah, Sean's going to be outnumbered here. He's the only man in the pit, and the rest of his team are on the site, so this could get super awkward. Got himself a 1 versus 1 with Daps, though, but not managing to get a frag yet. Frag's coming in for both sides. Oh, he's got another frag. That's going to be really important. Naf has a kit. There's a man advantage now for Echo Fox, and it's all down to Naf of 20 HP. Maybe going for desperation. Defuse, not going to happen. Echo Fox off to a good start with 3 players going forward. So what a crazy round. I don't know if Optic were planning for a retake towards A. Could have gone either way, but Sean Gears, despite being the only man in the pit, managed to make quite the nuisance of himself, while all his teammates ran distraction on the site.
Yeah, that's a really cool pistol round. That's pretty old, that's old news, that one. That's been used by many teams, and it's very simple to run as well. You can run that, you can just take 5 seconds to tell people what to do at spawn to run that. It's very simple but very effective as an information gathering play, and that's exactly what worked out. And you catch teams playing gambles like Optic did, and it's unfortunate for them. But so that's a nice little defense there. We'll see there. Mixwell going down. Of course, the force spike does come in for Optic, and they need to get something done out of this. We already saw that that Echo Fox struggled when they made the force buy, and didn't have any nades on that 4th round. And Optic this time are doing much worse than Echo Fox did. Echo Fox got, I believe, three kills on their force buy, and to be honest, for me personally, personally, I feel like unless you're getting 4 kills all around the win, I don't like the force buy on this map as a CT. It's much the same on Dust 2, because you need big economies on the CT side. You need a big economy to start that 4th round out with. If you lose the pistol, you need it. And Optic are also, if you consider this, Optic are so far ahead in rounds already they can afford to guarantee themselves that they'll lose a couple rounds before getting a huge buyout. So I don't know if you're with me there, but that is what I think.
I'm with you, Dan. As always. I won't leave you flying solo, Dan. Echo Fox could quickly catch up, actually, with Optic here. Optic on the eco, of course. So we're looking at 11-7 unless something disastrous happens. And then, hey, if Echo Fox break the first buy of Optic, then, 5 rounds is still a lot to get for Optic. So we'll see how it goes. Mo's going to be on the Mac 10. Sean Gears on the CZ, actually. So keeping it quite economical, Echo Fox, at the moment. Although they do have the 2 AKs on Roka and A2Z. The street sweepers, they'll be here to clean up if need be. But I think Mo's probably going to be the point man.
You'd hope so. You definitely would hope so.
Why is Sean going with a CZ, though? Are they going for double AWP or something?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the CZ.
Because, I mean...
It's dangerous.
Having a second AWP doesn't really make a lot of sense on the T side of Inferno.
But I believe as well, like it's one of those situations where essentially they're expecting probably absolutely nothing on the CT side. And if his teammates make the entries, he should be fine. But that said, he's going first here around the corner. And he's gonna pick up the frag, so it's going to work out pretty well for Echo Fox. I mean, had it been on the last round, I would have been... that would have been crazy then. But this round is definitely acceptable, I think.
Good point. That Optic are definitely going to be bringing nothing into this round, so... Something definitely beats nothing in that way.
It is still, of course, a little bit gam. I think on Inferno as well, because you don't need the AWP really fast. You can definitely get away with not having an AWP really fast on a map like Inferno T side. But yeah, it does very much. I mean, look, he's got 7K in the bank. Sean Gears is banking. He's not even to buy an AWP. So that does make it even more questionable because then you're trying to be super economical, trying not to get the AK or an SMG in the previous round to have the AK here, which is fair enough as well.
Well, I suppose, and also if he does go down as a point man, then there's nothing to pick up at all for the Optic side. So if he moves into a stack or something, then I suppose it's going to be easier. So yeah,
I think if he had a Tech 9 instead of CZ, we wouldn't even question it. But we've got the spray down coming in from Rush, defending quad like a hero, and that's going to send things into a 3 versus 3. But quickly things could spiral out of control as the bomb goes down for Echo Fox. And they do have nades to work with. It's very early in the round. They still have 2 Molotovs and 2 smokes and 2 HEs and a flashbang. There's lots of nades here for the Echo Fox side to defend with, and not much to be aggressive with for Optic. Optic would absolutely kill for a Molotov right now, but they just don't have anything like that. So it's gonna be hard for them to break the pit position.
Yeah, Roka should be, if he's gonna throw a flash, he should. I was going to say throw it off the door, but it might flash his teammates on the site itself. So I suppose he could just throw it down onto short. So that's okay. He's just moving away. And Echo Fox will take another round. So, well, the plus side, again, we said, if Echo Fox broke the buy of Optic, then they could really catch up pretty quickly. But Daps and Co were surviving with, 2 rifles now. I was going to say 3, but obviously Daps has gone down in a trade. So they've got 2 rifles in the bag. If they had 3, obviously it's better, but I'd say it's considerably better than having 2. And
yeah,
just
if they have 3,
2,
they can force buy, and it looks really good. But now, look at this. There's no nades. Really, it sucks.
Yeah, but will they be...
Okay, there's more nades than I thought, but it still sucks.
They're waiting for you to say that, Dan, just so they can buy all the nades afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
But 3 is the difference, basically, between being able to drop for everybody and not being able to drop for everybody. That's the difference between 3 and 2, which is actually a significant difference, obviously.
Indeed, it is. This is a really good aggressive smoke, actually. I mean, they needed some aggression somehow. That's a good start, because it gives... Echo Fox relatively insignificant control of Banana.
It forces them to use a lot of nades too. If they want to take top Banana to be safe, they need to use grenades. And that means that there's less grenades for their execute, should there be one. That's a wallbang I think I was talking about maybe in one of the last streams that you rarely see. But like the grenade you were talking about, it does the same spot. Actually, if you use one nade and boosted one guy there, you could save on a nade and try to finish him off if the nade hits. Finish him off with the wallbang at the same time.
Yeah, that nade that's a chunky 50 damage.
It's a very good nade, yeah.
Such a good nade. I mean, you can also, I think NBK, I want to say NBK on NV, throws a Molotov over the roof in generally the same area. Ooh, Mixwell just gets his head popped off by Mo.
Nice.
And this is not a good start for Optic. Roka takes down Rush through the smoke as well, so now Optic are really looking to be broken. And Echo Fox are only 3 rounds behind at the moment, got their remaining Optic players over towards the B bomb site, so this round is pretty much over, and they're going to be hunted as well. You can see Nafly's got $100 in the bank here, so he really can't afford to go down in this situation. Could get 2-man spray down actually. He'll be alive for now, but I wonder if reinforcements will come for the T side, and indeed they will. A2Z is on his way up Banana, and his teammate will just bide his time until the rest of the forces can come in here and try to wipe out these players. But Nafly gets a jump on A2Z. Sean Gez only has 10 HP, so we need to be careful. Nafly looks the wrong way, traded by Daps though. Let's see if they can get the last player down. Sean only has a smoke actually. Roka's the one who was holding on to the site. Unfortunate, but definitely worthwhile for the teams, even if they just take down 1 additional person there. Because the less economy Optic have, the harder it will be for them to get more rounds on the board. I think save might be quite likely here. They have the lost bonus to go for a big buy in the next round. Again, just 2 rounds behind now are Echo Fox. So off to a great start with Optic, but in the first half, but off to almost a mirror start in the second.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams kind of suffering from the same issues on the CT side. Just that crippled economy, and getting reset all the time like this is obviously very hard to deal with. At Echo Fox, they just have to know how to play advantages and be able to capitalize here. And of course, there's 3 players for Optic who are in dangerously close positions that could cause a lot of issue here for Echo Fox if they're not careful. And some of these grenades also serve to disperse the Ts as they approach and just generally make their lives a little bit harder to take these battles that they want. Of course, if they're able to use their utility to get in there, they should be fine. And if they're using the players there as well, they should be fine to trade effectively and positively. But Echo Fox are just kind of moving around the map a little bit, trying to take a bit more map control. And Optic now sending a couple players back towards A, so they've got 2 on the site on B, 1 kind of floater in CT, and 2 on A now. So Echo Fox, they're fine to go to either site, to be honest. They just need to do it together with the grenades, and hopefully you have some kind of practice on who looks in what position when they're pushing in to make sure everything is quickly checked. And also pop flash for these close positions can be pretty important as well. And we are also going to see 1 player, Sean Gez, is going to move in, kind of just making a distraction here towards A. Able to pick up 1 kill there as his teammates slowly push into the B-bomb site where the CTs are awaiting. 3 players there, but here you go. These are good trades coming in from the T side here. They're going to lose 2 players in the end, but they do get the bomb site. So all the potential danger spots have been dealt with. I have to say that I'm the most nervous for both of these teams when they're playing against an eco or a force buy. That's when I'm the most scared, is when they have an advantage. I'm like, oh my God, they're playing for an advantage. Oh my God.
Something terrible must happen.
Yeah.
I think Rush was standing in Boiler, and I want to say it was Mo. Yeah, it was Mo who was top mid, and there's actually a pillar that sticks out of the A bomb site, which faces Boiler. And if you're standing generally in the middle of top mid, you can bounce a HE. If you just run and throw a HE off that, it goes straight into Boiler. And not only is it good if somebody's camping there on anti-eco, but also if it hits them, then you hear the clipping sound and you know that somebody's there, as well as doing considerable damage. Like if they have no, I mean, I did 101 damage to somebody with a HE in 2 hits recently, but they had no armor because they hit them and did damage, and then a nade to finish them off, which was kind of hilarious actually. So yeah, that's a nice meaty nade. Double AWPs coming out now for the Optic side, so they went for their eco, just buying a few bits and bobs here and there, and they're going to go for the big green guns twice over. So Mixwell and Nafly, 1 per site for the CT side. You can see Mixwell rotating away from Arch at the moment, considering Rush's position, so they can have a stronghold on the short area. Meanwhile, Echo Fox are again just slowly but surely harassing the banana area towards B. You can see A to Z just spraying the smoke there because there was a time where people would use smoke gimmicks in that area, jumping on the cart, looking over the top.
Happy was one of the most notorious for that, I would say.
He was. Well, we've got a big push coming in towards short now. Mixwell needs to hold steadfast, gets one frag, gets two, Rix goes down as well, and Stanislaw's coming in for support to take down Mo, but 2 players will be lost, so it's a 2 versus 2. Rotation coming in from the B bomb site, bomb being planted on short.
Yeah, this could easily be a 2 versus 3. You can really see that Mixwell is a pretty capable OP. You can start to see why they picked him up, and he's gonna give a chance here for his team. 2 versus 2 indeed, as Optic try to work their way in. But Naf's on an AWP. There's not much utility. There is an incendiary though for Daps. He's picked up a smoke as well. Actually, that could be useful. Like, I mean, if he throws down the smoke, he could force the T's out a little bit, cover his approach. It's gonna actually just. That's kind of a good smoke here for Roka actually. He can still get visibility on the site. It doesn't force Roka out of the pit, and that's kind of how you want to get the smoke in there, to force the players out of the pit to see the bomb site. And also allow Roka in that position to. Oh, sorry, who was it? It was Daps. Was it Daps?
He had a Molotov as well.
Yeah, Daps. He didn't use it? I thought
no,
he
did, yeah, but he could have. I mean, obviously, he can't see where the players are, but it might be an idea to. I'm pretty sure there's a wooden pole you could bounce the Molotov off to go next to the truck and then smoke a bit deeper towards the back of the pit.
It seemed like he knew exactly where that player was as well. So, would have been cool to see. But yeah. 11-11, neither side having a good time with their CT side at all. But this time it actually looks like it's Echo Fox that had a better CT side, which so far confounds me because Echo Fox struggled so much. They got, what, 4 rounds on their CT side altogether. And right now Echo Fox have taken every single T round of theirs, denying a single round from Optic on their CT side. And finally they're going to have a pretty, relatively strong buy where they have all the utility. But they're not playing aggressively with it. They're just playing. They're playing pretty tight here at the moment towards the top of Banana, quite passively, and they have a relatively default setup now towards the A side as well. Basically, just waiting for Optic to force them back, or rather for Echo Fox to force them back a little bit with nades. Although that said, now the player on quad has gone all the way back to pit, so very, very passive play here from Optic, despite having so many grenades. Additional smoke thrown by Stan into the balcony. And I do fear for Optic's defense here. If Echo Fox have a nice set piece into the A bomb site, then they're in a lot of trouble, I feel like, having given up so much space, because they don't know which side's going to get hit. So they're going to have to rely on just hitting these defensive shots. That's what it's going to be about right now. And some of the...
Nice.
Okay, there you go. Mixel, that is fantastic. Is he going to get more here? He's going to see one player crossing over. ATZ, will he try to peek wide for this? ATZ is getting closer and closer. Yes, he will. Great shot coming in from Mixwell. And Stan is in the site. Mixwell is doing work right now. 3 very key frags, opening up space for Stan to stay alive in the site and keep fragging. And that's going to be Optic picking up that CT round. And that is all Mixwell.
Yeah, that is a really organised round. A good team play as well. The pop flash comes in for him to go for the peak, for the other kill on Arch. And I like how he jumps on the chest of drawers in library as well, because if somebody shoulder peeks him with an AWP, for example, then he's more likely to be shot in the leg from that position than in the chest, which means he can survive with about 15 HP and get the kill himself, which is the idea there. So smart play by him. So Optic retain the lead now, or I suppose take the lead again, but just the one round, and Echo Fox are back on the buy. Reasonable amount of nades on the T side as well. Lots of players so far. You can see Optic slowly backing off away from B, and Echo Fox, historically in this map, they've taken time to take this area towards top Banana, towards sandbags, etc. Although they are doing it a bit faster this time, perhaps because they've lost a player already in Mo. And Sean's going to just walk in and look for the peak, but his teammate's going to get dinked and finished off by Nafly. The UMP winning out over the AK there. Rotation coming in from Mixwell as well towards the B bomb site, but has been successfully smoked off. And again, that's the pop flash we mentioned in the first half. Nice pop flash into pool. No warning for the T's for that one.
Yeah, Mixwell is definitely impressing so far. Obviously, this is essentially his debut performance in the ECS with his new team, Optic, but so far so good from him. He's keeping them in this one at the moment. And look how deep the T's are pushed into pool right now. There's the push from Das. They're trying to maintain this crossfire, and it is working okay. There's 2 frags, so they go 2 for 2, but and that's actually going to be quite nice considering that they had the opening kills there as well. Rix is then against 3 players on his lonesome, and that's not going to really work out for him. Mixwell picking up the frag again. So Mixwell having an absolute beast of a map now at this point.
He is 23 for 14.
When his team needed him the most, he's stepping up. And it's with the AWP too. And that's obviously what he's been brought onto the team to do. And again, it's like, where has he come from? Obviously Spain is where he's come from. But
they knew something that we didn't know then, because he's doing well so far. Early days, but it's a very good start for him. Sean Gez is yet again top fragging for his team. Apart from Carrigan maybe last year, I don't know, I can't think of another in-game leader who consistently top fragged or came close to top fragging for his team so often.
It usually means that something is off in the team. But either way, in comes the push here. The Bison coming out from Nafly, spraying them down. And of course, they're on eco, but it's not going to matter too much. Naf is just going to nail every last one of them with that Bison. And that is glorious.
Dan, that was so dirty that it broke the stream.
It did indeed.
Oh, but it seems to be back.
I think we're back, yeah.
Alrighty then.
He got an ace with a Bison. Don't see that every day.
You don't see that almost on any day, Dan. It's so rare that you see the Bison come out. Close Bison, maximum respect, and that's a lot of cash in the bank. So, Optic 2 rounds away from the first map here. Going to be on the AWP and the relevant weapons again. Daps seems to be happy with the UMP for the time being. 5 AKs again on the Echo Fox side. They've got the mollies, the smokes, the flashbangs, but can they make them work? Is there aggression here from Optic towards B? Or maybe they're playing behind the smoke there, I'm not sure. Either way, Echo Fox are moving towards the A site at the moment. And again, Optic playing reasonably deep. Nice little spray there by Rush, but it gets traded and more trades coming in favour of the CTs. Stan is spraying everybody down, full garden hose mode. 2 frags for him, 2 frags for Daps. Solid round from the CT side. Lots of money in the bank, and they have map points.
Yeah, I mean, Echo Fox looked a little bit helpless on that push. It seemed almost as if they were a little bit desperate, just thinking, okay, let's just go for a fast timing here. But the reason why it felt like they were a bit desperate is due to the fact that the players, they felt like they didn't have awareness of where the CTs were hitting them from, and they weren't able to even trade any frags. And that's where things look a little bit odd, is if there's not even a single trade coming in, and that was the case. But Optic, they look really good to take this now. There's a really terrible buy on Echo Fox, and we're going to see the defense coming in from Rush there, able to take the first frags. Daps trying to put in work towards Arch side, and things look almost, well, there it is. It looks quite over now.
It's all over, Dan.
16-11, Optic will take map 1 against their opposition in Echo Fox. So a little bit of a struggle for both teams, I'd say. A bit of a struggle for both teams coming onto their CT sides. But Optic definitely looked like the better team. And the coolest thing for me is seeing Mixwell playing and obviously having so much impact on Inferno with his AWP. I want to see what else this guy can do.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great start by the new guy for Optic. And I'm sure Shazam is watching. Perhaps he's in tears. I don't know, Dan. I mean, he may be joining another team himself soon. He probably will. I mean, there's a lot of rumours, but that's another story for another day. The story today is Optic versus Echo Fox. The next map will be Cobblestone, and we will be going into that in a few minutes. See you after the break.